Hey folks, Sean McInnes here at GDC 2013. I've got John Wynn from MechTech Studios. John, pretend that we haven't just been talking for 15 minutes, that I just strolled up on Heavy Gear Assault, and you're going to introduce this game for me. What is this game all about?
This game is about giant robots fighting each other in a gladiator or setting. Basically, we are taking the franchise Heavy Gear, made by DreamPod 9. It's been around for about 20 years as a pen and paper role-playing game, deep lore to it, and we're taking the sporting aspect of it. This is actually what people in the universe actually call professional sports, is they take military mechas or gears, and they actually pit them together to fight one another in these arena settings. So basically what players are doing is they're actually piloting these war machines against one another in a pro sports setting. But what we have here is a prototype of the actual gameplay.
Because you guys have what we have here has only been created within the past couple months, right?
That's right. We started development of this maybe 2-3 months ago. This is the product of that. We're basically showing Unreal 4 right here with the game engine. There's a kill that just happened.
So that's a big piece of news that you guys are running on the Unreal 4 engine.
Yeah, this is basically the first next generation mech game that we're looking at right here. We're just going to wait here to its response. So the player starts out right here, and there's pretty much the gear bay, if you will, where gears get loaded out and customized, which is also a part of the game. Is you get to customize your gears with weapons, paint jobs. He's just going to roll out right about now.
Well, John, what can you tell me about, this is kind of like a proof of concept. What are you guys planning to implement? I've heard things like destruction, limbs falling off of these mechs.
Well, basically what we want to have happen is we want to have everything to be destructible. So everything is going to have some kind of dynamic destructibility to it. So like this barrier we're hiding behind, that can be blown away. The limbs that he's shooting at, he's shooting at some legs, that can disable his movement. So make him stand there or even fall over. Gears also have a secondary movement system that'll actually allow them to skate along and get more speed out of it. That can be disabled too. You can chop off limbs with melee attacks because you don't have to have just guns, because right now we're just skating along. You see how that changes. We're not lurching anymore. We can have melee weapons in this, so you can chop off limbs, bash people's arms off, and because we're humanoid, we can also drop weapons, pick weapons up, and use them against our opponents in the game. What we're trying to drive is really the esports side of this game. So being in universe, that this is pro sports in universe, we want to create that feeling in the game itself. So players will be dueling superstars in the multiplayer universe of this game. Players are going to be able to create a fan following. You'll notice sometimes if you pan over, there's actually people taking pictures of you from the grandstands. That's actually going to be another key feature of the game. People will be able to spectate the game and kind of control what's going on in the game by sponsoring the duelists. So if a certain duelist is particularly good, they might get a fan following of people that might watch them, because you actually do get benefits for sponsoring these guys with in-game money.
So you can follow these guys. It's almost like a blood sport / social network in a way.
Exactly. That's the social aspect of it. We want to really push the esports of it. We want our players to become stars.
All right. Now, so I feel like real quick we should mention before we close out, talk about how this game controls. Because for me, as a big first-person shooter guy, it took a little bit getting used to, because it's not like WASD where A and D are strafing. You actually are moving your torso around. It's a little bit of a different movement system, right?
This is, it looks like a first-person shooter, and it's deceptively so, but it actually is a mech simulator game. The controls that people would normally recognize as the WASD keys are actually throttle. You can strafe as well, you can turn, but by hitting a shift, you actually go into strafing mode like we're doing right now. Another thing that we can do is jump, and the mouse will independently control your torso, so you can actually be moving in one direction, but yet be pointing in another direction to engage the targets.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a different system. Might take some folks a little getting used to.
People who are more familiar with MechWarrior would get really into it right away.
Oh, okay, so there's the touchstone you're looking for.
Yeah, it's actually a hardcore simulator, more so than an FPS with mech skins.
Okay, makes sense. So, John, real quick, finish us off by letting us know a little bit more about that Kickstarter that you guys are planning. When is that happening, and what's the plan for what you're trying to get out of that?
Well, what we're doing right now is we have our crowdfunding campaign going on right now on our website, heavygear.com. People can go ahead and start pledging towards this project, and we are planning our Kickstarter, which will run parallel to that, because we want to reach the most people possible.
Okay.
We didn't start with Kickstarter right away because that only covers about 30 countries in the world.
Right.
With Amazon payments. We wanted everybody to be able to pledge from around the world. So that's why we went with our own internal system that can take PayPal and credit card. And then we also recognize that people want an intermediary.
Yeah.
That is known for crowdfunding, so we're going to go ahead with a Kickstarter campaign that will launch in the coming week or two.
Okay, sounds good. John, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.